Have you ever downloaded a Skyblock mod? It used to be a pretty careless thing. Used to be. Nowadays, we're faced with dozens of choices, some seemingly identical, and just when you think you found the jack of all trades, your account gets stolen and everything you worked for is gone. But what even happened? And can anyone really prevent having the same fate? Well, all of this and more after a quick word from our sponsor, SketchySkyblockMods.com. If you want some grade C Skyblock mods that may or may not be allowed, they're the site for you. To find out more, head over to SketchySkyblockMods.com/YikesMC for 50% off their super affordable $800 Skyblock mods. That's savings of well over $3. SketchySkyblockMods.com/YikesMC. Now, back to the video. Hypixel Skyblock has many things about the gameplay that just need mods. You want to play dungeons? Well, you need solvers for all the different puzzles so that you don't spend 2 minutes on each one. You want to look through your backpacks? Well, you'll need a mod that shows you what's in the backpack so you don't have to go one by one. There are dozens of examples of this, where Skyblock players just kind of accept that mods are required to make certain grinds efficient or other grinds possible at all. And it's a silly system, but it works for most people. But sometimes, things don't work out so nicely.
So I log on to Hypixel Skyblock, as I'm doing right now showing you, but I get met with empty. I'm like, okay, I'm accidentally on the wrong profile. 3 hours ago.
This is a clip from a YouTuber named Zenergy's video titled I Got Ratted, where he shared his experience of how he logged onto Skyblock to see his inventory empty, his profile's gone, and thousands of hours of work completely erased.
Damn, I feel like I sound like I'm gonna cry. I'm not, because it's just a game, you know. But this is incredibly sad.
And while he is right that it is just a game, if I were in his position, I don't know if I'd hold up as well as he did. I mean, my oldest profile is from when I was 12 years old. I've been playing this game for over a third of my life. And if all the progress and memories I made were just gone, I don't think I'd be crazy for crying. And one of the worst parts of all this is just how commonplace it is. On the forums, there are dozens of posts from recently ratted players who just want some answers on how they can recover. But the truth is, after it's happened, there's often very little you can do. But how does it happen? And why is it called ratting? A rat, or remote access Trojan, is a program that provides the ability to gain unauthorized access to a victim PC. This means they can either do what's called keylogging, where they log your keystrokes, emails, passwords, things like that, or they could just access your computer remotely and then do whatever the hell they want with it. Now don't worry, because typically this isn't actually what happens to Skyblock players. Skyblock players typically encounter mods that have sneaky little rats known as token loggers. They best not be taking my coins! What? No, not those tokens, a Minecraft bearer token, which is basically a temporary authentication code, kind of like when you have to pick an emoji when streaming YouTube to the TV. And it's sent from Minecraft authentication servers to Hypixel to verify the user's account and make sure they're legit. But these token loggers get that token so that they're able to log in to Hypixel as you, which means they get to steal all your booty. You know what I'm talking about. I got the joke. All right, jerk. But when using a token logger, they don't actually have access to your Microsoft account, just the temporary token for that session. But sometimes they do get that access, and you don't even have to download anything for that. How? Well, when looking for a dungeon party in Party Finder, have you ever seen a note that says something along the lines of,
"Perm party, must voice chat, don't have to talk"?
Well, be glad you didn't join them. Of course, they can be innocent little Discord calls, but not always. Not even a majority of the time. See, when you join the party, they'll bring you to their island and tell you to join a Discord server. You'll join and it'll seem legit. There are thousands of members, none of your mutual friends, but no biggie, they just haven't discovered it yet. You go to join the call, but you can't. It says you need to verify your account. Verify? Alright, I guess. But it's not alright. See, you're expected to verify through this Highlink bot, but go ahead and take a look at what it says this bot will do. Do you see the problem? If not, take a look at this specific question. Now do you see it? That's right, it's linked to your Microsoft account. And this is bad news for a couple of reasons. Firstly, odds are that the link it sends you to is what's known as a phishing link. No, not that kind of phishing. Phishing, with a PH. The P and H are silent and for whatever reason make an F. I don't know, it fails to make any flippin' sense to me. Phishing is using fraudulent emails, messages, or websites to trick users into revealing sensitive information, and in this case, revealing your Microsoft login. Which leads me to the second reason this is bad news: that they'd have access to your Microsoft login. See, with the previous example of a rat, they don't have prolonged access to your account, but this method gives them complete control over your Minecraft and Microsoft accounts. So once you enter your login information, the person who runs the bot now has that information and is able to log into your Microsoft account, steal all your stuff, change your password, sell your account, all of it. And after all that, you end up being alone in the call anyways because no one else fell for it. But rats aren't the entire problem. There's another aspect of shady Skyblock mods that negatively impacts you every single day, no matter what you download or log into. It's something that fewer than 5% of the players use, yet impacts every single player. In fact, if you've ever seen this while farming, you've been suspected of using this shady practice. But before we go any further, does this remind you of anything? Maybe something typically paired with a I am not a robot button? Well, that's probably because this is what's called a CAPTCHA test, which is used to figure out if traffic to a website is a computer or a human. But in Skyblock, it's called a macro check, to test if players are using automated movement scripts called macros. If you've ever seen Ben Clark's short series Minute Macro, then you've seen macroers in action, and just how advanced the macros can get. In case you aren't aware, macroing is where players have a bot or any external software or objects do repetitive tasks for them, such as slayers, farming, mining, fishing, forage. Okay, well, I guess every task in Skyblock is repetitive, so as you can tell, this problem scales. And you can probably imagine the issue with hundreds of people doing different money-making methods at peak efficiency for hours on end with no breaks. Yeah, the economy has been bruised. And this problem isn't new. In fact, in this unlisted video I uploaded in April 2020, quality wasn't a big concern for me at the time. You can see me telling people to report a player for auto-clicking, which is a less advanced form of macro where your mouse clicks every few seconds. Okay, that sounds kind of pointless now, but it used to be really overpowered. In fact, this guy got banned, lost his YouTube rank, and got ousted from the Skyblock community for using one. Times have changed. Well, these have been such significant problems for such a significant amount of time. What are the admins doing about it? Well, admins are doing three main things to target these issues at varying levels of success. Firstly, to target macroing. Hey, Editor Yikes here. I just wanted to say that I totally fucked up. I used a really outdated article as one of my sources and didn't really check the date and didn't realize that the information was outdated, so ignore the weird pacing here and just pretend like I already talked about one and we're moving on to the second one, please. But if you've ever seen messages like this in chat, then you've seen the other way that admins are attacking macroers, which is with their automated anti-cheat. While not perfect, does allow players to utilize the /WDR or watchdog report command, which allows you to report players in your lobby for specifically macroing or cheating, and basically just puts them on Watchdog's radar, making them much more likely to receive punishment if they are macroing. And while these are nice ideas for me to say with a hopeful tone, the truth is, these aren't nearly enough. Macroing is still a massive problem, and it can be addressed in better ways. But what about ratting? What are admins doing about that? Well, they've figured that out. Here's a screenshot of the Skyblock hub. Nothing really stands out, right? Well, let me zoom in a bit here. See that guy? That's the security sloth. He's one of the first NPCs that players are met with, and he basically goes through exactly how to avoid ratting. Don't download untrusted mods, and don't join random Discord servers. And there's two main annoying things about this. First off, Skyblock players don't pay any attention to the security sloth. And the second kind of annoying thing is that I really can't think of any better way to approach this. I mean, can you? Like, I don't have any notes. They kind of did all they could, I guess. I mean, it feels low effort, but again, I can't really think of any better ways to approach this. Let me know in the comments if you can. I mean, A+, I guess. But how can you actually stay safe? Well, here's my unofficial guide to avoiding rats. Firstly, install MALWAREBYTES. Not sponsored, but I do have a link in the description. However, if after watching this video you don't fully trust any links, that's fair, just look up Malwarebytes and skip past all the ones that say add until you actually get to the website. And secondly, never sign in to your Microsoft account in anywhere that's not the Minecraft launcher or Minecraft.net. Discord and Hypixel already have a verification system. It does not require you to sign in. Join the official Hypixel Discord /Discord on Hypixel, and in there you will do the proper verification system, and then you never have to do it again. And so that way, if a server is telling you that you're not verified, you can leave because you know it's a scam every single time. Now, while ratting and macroing are definitely the darkest parts of Skyblock mods, they're definitely not the biggest problems in Skyblock. To find out what that is and how Jerry is the answer to it, click this video right here. And if you want to learn how Technoblade led an army of over 100,000 players in Skyblock to revolt against a tyrant, click this video right here. And if you think that I'm super cool and awesome and you really enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Deuces.